The Lord had a plan for Denise and Jim from the moment they met in college. They had the same ministry goals in music and in other areas, and you might even say they were a match made in heaven. You have both been an inspiration to us as we have watched your service for the Lord in so many different facets for so many years. Congratulations on 50 years together, your commitment to each other and to the Lord.
Impressive. Well, I've only witnessed 20 of your 50 years, but what I've seen is generosity and a wonderful partnership between you two in your ministry, not only in groups and the time you spend together in preparation for your service at work, or at church, but your music has also been a very meaningful way to, express who you are, and really a commitment to doing the Lord's work has been something that I've admired from the both of you. And I do congratulate you for 50 years.
Love you guys.
Well, first off, happy anniversary to Jim Denise. It's been 50 years? How many years? 40? Whatever. It's been a long time. They're so young, it's hard to figure it out. But anyway, my memory of Jim, I was young when he came into the family. I don't know, 12, 13. My main memory of him is him swinging me over a mud puddle by my feet. But I'd probably earned it. I think we'd been playing basketball, horse or something. My mouth was probably not pleasing to Jim. Anyway, he took me by the feet and swung me over a mud puddle numerous times. Taught me a lesson. I also remember him teaching me how to shift. And I think it was a yellow Pinto. He'd drive, and it was a manual, and I'd stick shift it while he did the clutch. So here's my first experience at a brother. What else do I remember? Oh, quartets. Denise and Jim. Denise playing the piano, being in a Victory quartet with Jim, practices. Always a lot of fun. Loved singing in the quartet with them. Anyhow, happy anniversary to you two. Good work. 50 years, is it? How could that be? That doesn't make any sense. It can't be. Anyway, happy anniversary. I love you both.
Just think, Denise and Jim are celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. We could talk about their wedding.
No, that brings back painful memories. We celebrated so many birthdays, parties together. Oh, and all the Halloween costumes that Denise made and passed down to our kids.
Well, Mrs. Ackerman made the cowboy costume. But, remember we worked in Trailblazers and junior high youth group, and we had the quizzing. That was fun.
And there were so many card parties. How about going to the Oneida Drive-In Church to listen to the quartet?
But on a sadder note, what about the goodbye dinner we gave them when they went to Kansas?
I think the highlight of the dinner was when I played Old Lang Syne on my fiddle.
I know, we should talk about all the trips that we went on together. Remember New York City and Philadelphia?
And Acapulco and Ireland and China.
We went to Greece for Mom and Dad's 50th wedding anniversary. We did Utah and Croatia.
Morocco and Alaska and the Rhine River cruise.
Those were fun. And then Spain and Scotland.
Remember the tax seasons at their house every January and all of the delicious meals that I cooked.
Yeah. And speaking of hosting, we have the Mullet Lake Pavilion meals. I love them.
Oh, let's just sing.
Okay. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Love you.
Congratulations on your big day, Jim and Denise. What a milestone, 50 years of marriage. It's amazing. I have loved watching how you two have used your musical talents to serve the Lord in the many churches you've been involved with throughout your marriage. With Denise on the piano and Jim either singing solos, playing the trumpet, or leading congregational singing, you work together as a team, and that has been a significant and unique example to so many as to how a couple can do ministry together. Thank you for a job well done. I also remember you, Jim, singing so beautifully at both your mother's funeral and Julie's. Doing that for those you love is really hard, and you rose to the occasion so well. I wish you both many more years of joyful service as you continue to use your musical talents for the glory of God.
Denise, I want you to know what a blessing it was that you lived so close to us through those years and raised those two boys, and what a blessing they were to your mother. And that started your life, and guess what? As I sit here looking at my beautiful lake, thinking about these golden years, you're next door to me again with Nada this time. Now your turn, Nada.
Oh, hi, Jim and Denise. I just want to say that I think you were kind of instrumental in recommending this relationship that I have with your dad. And also, I just want to review the fact that when we were in Ireland at Killarney National Park, that Denise wanted to have a special picture taken where she was very daring on the rocks. And she asked Jim, "Is this daring enough?" as she fell into the water. And I, of course, was recording all of this and laughing hilariously. Consequently, Denise now calls me the wicked stepmother.
And I would like her to start introducing more as my wife than the wicked stepmother. Thank you, Denise.
Dear Jim and Denise, let me start with a quote from my 71 yearbook, where you, Jim, wrote, "You probably know how lonely it gets without a brother around to yell and scream at and to do everything with." Yes, I know, and I never forget the year I spent with you as part of your family and shared a bedroom with you. It seems that you suffered a lot from your loneliness because less than 3 years after my departure, you got engaged and married to a Denise who ever since is the one who withstands your possible yelling and screaming and is sharing all the joy and happiness in your life. Unfortunately, I never got to know you, Denise, as good as I know Jim. However, whenever we returned to Michigan, I had the impression that you are exactly the right one for Jim, with a strong personality, standing in for your opinion, but also being loving and caring. Obviously, you two made a perfect match, otherwise you would not now celebrate your 50th wedding anniversary together. Jutta and I, Julia and Christine, we all wish you very many happy returns of this day in health and in happiness. May God bless you. Herzlichen Glückwunsch von uns allen.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch zum Hochzeitstag.
Jim and Denise, your faithfulness all those years at South were inspirational. I remember you from college, but didn't really know you until South Baptist, where we served together for almost 20 years. The last 30 years, we haven't been in any kind of shared church or social settings in person, but I have still appreciated your great spirit, your strength of family, and your love for God. It's been fun to watch you and your kids as they go through the experiences and adventures of life. The memories from South will always be precious, and you two and your kids were a big part of those memories. Congratulations on 50 years of marriage and ministry together. Blessings always, dear friends.
Happiest of anniversaries. I am beyond thrilled that occasionally Denise needs a little bit of quiet time and I get to have Jim at school with me. What a blessing it's been to have Jim in my life and in my kindergarten classroom. It's just been quite an extraordinary time for me. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up a child in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it." And that is definitely evident with what Jim brings to my classroom and helps with everything that is going to make a child not just an academic student, but also a wonderful person. And in this darling little book he got me for Christmas, There's Always Hope, this saying rings so true to how I see Jim whenever he walks through the door. My hope still is to leave the world a bit better than when I got here, by Jim Henson. And for sure, that is what is happening every day when you come to school. So Denise, enjoy your couple hours break in the morning. I'll gladly take him. And Jim, guess what? You only have 9.5 years in kindergarten left. I'm pretty sure you won't graduate it, but I will be very glad to keep you.
Happy 50th wedding anniversary, Jim and Denise. Hey, you guys, congratulations. We're so glad we got to be on the video to wish you success in a wonderful marriage, that you serve the Lord through your marriage and you have many blessings, and you've always been really great friends. Denise, we haven't known you as long, but Jim, we've had a lot of time together, and it's just been wonderful having a Christian friend and now getting to know you and your family. And thank you for inviting us to Labor Day. It's kind of turned into a tradition for us. We'll probably be coming around with our bags packed as long as you're up there. Anyway, you guys, we just love you, and we just hope that you continue to have more blessed years to you. And thank you for everything. Thank you for giving Grayson his first tubing experience, and he loves the kids and your family, Jim and Denise.
God bless you and your family. See you in September.
We're not doing more than take it. Jumping in.
They're gone! Come on!
Let's go! Woohoo! Hey! Hurry up the Acrobans! Okay, I think that they're not using bromine for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if we can get their
Oh,
over.
they should go away more often. This is the. 50 years. Can you believe it?
50 years?
50 years.
Who could have lasted Jim for that long?
I know, you would have got less for murder.
Yeah, no doubt. Well,
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary!
Take four. Hello, old friends, and that includes everyone in the room tonight. Mark and Ulan here to congratulate Jim and Denise on 50 years of marriage. Of course, we couldn't even begin to recount memories of 50, 60, almost 70 years of friendship between our families in the 30 to 45 seconds which Peter has allowed us. He did say we'd get a special dispensation. I'm not sure I'm still a dispensationalist, but here we go. We both are suffering from COVID fog, so we do have notes with us so we won't forget anything. When we were young, it seemed we almost lived at South Baptist Church. Luann and I both loved, respected, and feared Mr. and Mrs. Boss almost as much as we loved and feared our own parents. Luann remembers keeping an eye out for Grandpa Boss, knowing that he'd always have a piece of candy or a stick of gum in his pocket just for her. And then, of course, we remember hearing about Andy being hit by a car, and I can recall our families gathering together to pray that he would be okay. Of course, he never really was, but that's a story for another day. 20 years later, Jim and Denise were married and supporting us as we were missionaries in Spain. After we returned, we continued to worship at South Baptist, and we worked together in the Trailblazers. We loved eating lunch at Chi-Chi's after church and watching Craig and Peter get all the pop refills and chips and salsa that they could possibly want. Your family was a constant source of entertainment and amazement. We laughed hysterically hearing that Peter had been found shivering in the bottom of the refrigerator, and Craig being reluctant to say how and when he got there. We remember Denise's campaign to eliminate all the kittens in Bath Township. And we remember Jim mistaking Denise for a speed bump as he was driving the tractor around the house. There were countless rook and euchre parties. We remember one in particular when we arrived at the Ackermans for a party that had been rescheduled. They didn't let on until it was obvious that no one else was coming. I don't think Denise thought we were serious until she realized that we really were. Then there was the train trip to Stratford when our waiter sang a beautiful rendition of Happy Birthday to Denise. Drink 100 beers, you bad girl. And there were trips to the old Townsend cottage with the boys in tow, and one to Chicago to celebrate George Potter's 40th birthday. But then there was the most unforgettable trip of all, the infamous canoe trip. Shortly after lunch on the first day of our carefully planned and long-awaited adventure, the Ackermans took the lead down the river. Soon we started noticing all kinds of camping equipment, sleeping bags, paddles, coolers floating down the river toward us. We grabbed what we could, and as we rounded the bend, we saw Denise hanging over the river with her arms and legs wrapped around a cedar tree. She looked like a little bear cub hanging there. Jim was on shore, and the canoe was sort of folded around another cedar tree. Jim rescued Denise, and we managed to get everything to shore. And I'll never forget him pulling his brand new 35mm camera out of a backpack in a baggie half full of water, and it just kept beeping, beeping, and beeping. Now, 30 years later, we live just a stone's throw from each other, retired, older, and hopefully wiser. We've laughed and cried, appropriately and inappropriately, at graduations, showers, weddings, and funerals. Through it all, you guys have been faithful, dependable, honest, and steadfast, our oldest friends. It seems we keep moving down the same river together, and it's good to know that we have friends like you who know us and accept us for who we are. And while we're all smart enough to know that we don't have another 50 years to make and or forget memories together, we're praying that there is much more to come. We love you both. Have a great time with the family on this special day.
And I'll just wrap it up by saying that while I know you weren't really keen on having a 50th wedding celebration, I'm so glad Peter ignored that and put this together and that we got to be a part of it. Because 50 years really is something to celebrate. It seems like only yesterday when you welcomed us into the Young Marrieds class and you told me, Denise, that marriage isn't always going to be 50-50. You said sometimes it's going to be 60-40, sometimes it'll be 30-70, sometimes it's going to be 80-20.
That's why I always put in 80%.
Anyway, I was in awe of your wisdom then, and you have continued to be a source of encouragement, love, and support to me, as well as a powerful example of commitment, devotion, and faithfulness to one another. In a world where it's easier to throw things away and replace them with something new, you and Jim have demonstrated what it means to be steadfast, devout, and fervently dedicated to one another and the promise that you made 50 years ago. You two are the genuine article. You are sincere, earnest, and true. And we celebrate you today and are honored to call you our forever friends. Congratulations.
Congratulations.